if I stop and say, hey, I'm in flow, is that by definition I'm out of flow?
So it's an interesting question, right? Because one of the things that happens in flow is the prefrontal cortex turns down, right? It quiets down. And so it's called transient hypofrontality. Transient means temporary, hypo, H-Y-P-O, it's the opposite of hyper. It means to slow down, to shut down, to deactivate. And frontality is the prefrontal cortex. So back to your exercise for a second. We know there's something called exercise-induced transient hypofrontality. So right, you work out for like 20, 25 minutes, gets quiet upstairs. That's exercise-induced transient hypofrontality. It's not a flow state. It's, it's on the way there. There's a couple more things that have to happen to really push you into flow, but that's kind of the ready condition. Okay. And it's like if you worked out for more than 20, 25 minutes, which it sounds like you do, 10 5-minute rounds. Is that what you said? So yeah. You definitely got there. So it sounds like, dopamine and norepinephrine were in your system and you had exercise-induced transient hypofrontality. It was probably there, but as you pointed out, like when this is shut down, your senses, that's why your sense of self disappears in flow. That's why time passes so strangely. Time is calculated all over the prefrontal cortex, so parts of it wink out. We lose the ability to separate past from present from future. Same thing happens to our sense of self. Self is there's other parts of the brain involved, but it's mostly a prefrontal cortex thing. And as it turns off, right, self disappears. So by saying, oh, I'm in flow, you're turning the self back on. Right. Now, people who are good at this can put you can pop out of flow and pop back in, which is sort of what happens a lot during a flow state anyways.